Well, hello, little petal flowers. Friday the 30th of March day, Good Friday. In between, honest to God, my fingers are frozen. In between the heavy rain and the winds, I thought I'll just give you a wee quick update on some of the seeds that's coming along, some of the seeds that I'm going to be planting, some of the lovely little nice extras that I've been buying that I did say a couple of weeks ago in a video that I wasn't buying anymore. Well, sorry about that, but anyway, let's carry on. And I can feel it spitting already, so I'll carry on with this as quick as I possibly can. For any new subscribers that's out there, guys, and these have not watched all my videos, this is it used to be where vegetables were grown. We've got, as you can see there, the conference pear is coming on, great guns, absolutely fantastic. This year I'm hoping we get fruit. And on this side we have the Clap's favourite, which is just starting to come into bud at the minute. But yeah, back onto this bit. This is actually where my Rottweiler that we lost in late summer last year. So Naya, my bubba, is in there, and it has now been turned into a beautiful flower bed for her. As you can see, there's quite a few bulbs, tulips, and these, I know I've put it up in a photograph, but see these dainty, look at those dainty little daffodils. There's about 5 or 6 different heads on the one. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm pretty pleased with the way this is coming on, and in the height of summer it's going to be absolutely chock-a-block. Right, we'll go and have a look at this. Here we go. Here's our onion garlic bed. For the past few weeks we've had the old windows from upstairs renovation covering it. But I'm very glad to say that my green netting arrived yesterday, so I've managed to put some hoops up, and we'll get the netting in. If it goes off, if the rain goes off, just 15-20 minutes, it would give me time to get this all covered up. There's actually chives over there in the corner and another wee bunch just starting to come up in this corner. Now we've got red onions and we have got white onions. Now all those gaps and spaces that you see there, guys, I did put in another video that first of all the chickens were allowed out and they were in it before it got covered up, and then the cats were in it and dug them all up. So I've lifted 2 or 3 that I could lift and moved them and spaced them back out where I thought they could go. But there's a lot of them that had quite a lot of roots and I really didn't want to disturb them, so that's a bit of a pain in the butt. But I don't know if you can see. Let me have a wee look. See, like that, there's 2 there right next to one another. There's quite a few over there that's right next to each other, so we're going to get, if we do get onions, we will get small onions. Over in that full side there is 3 rows of garlic, and they are hardneck garlic. I do not know the variety, I'm afraid. And that's my shallots. I popped these shallots in yesterday, so that's covered the spaces where a lot of those onions there actually were planted to start with. So I'm quite happy with this. Right, we'll move on to the garden disasters. Hashtag garden disasters. The only thing that I can think about as in garden disasters, guys, is these onions. My onions and my garlic last year, maybe not a garden disaster, but a garden disaster for me. I actually was in tears because it was the second year of growing onions, and the first year I got, yeah, as I was saying there, Roy had just phoned me in FaceTime there, so it cut off. Yeah, the first year we got some onions and we got some garlic. But saying that, when I went back out to have a wee look, maybe about a week or so later, absolutely riddled with allium leaf miner. So we tried again last year, and the same again happened last year, but I absolutely burst into tears because if I'd lifted them a couple of weeks previous to when I went out to get them, because I'd tested one and the onion was absolutely fine, and I lifted the garlic and the garlic was absolutely fine. And I went back out later on, I think it must have been about a week or so later, and the same had happened again. Absolutely covered, every single one of them was absolutely riddled, apart from a few garlic that I managed to lift. So that is my garden disaster. And other garden disaster, which is not really anything to do with fruit and veg, is hubby was down the bottom of the garden where we managed to get the septic tank fixed last year, but since we've moved in he's been down there every year, having a wee gander and digging up and whatever else, trying to sort it himself. And I went down with a cup of tea to see if everything was alright with him. And I went to walk away, honest to God, I went to walk away and I never seen the massive hole, and I twisted my ankle and that was it. I thought I'd broke my foot. So I'm screaming, he's letting out a right great big loud roar. Oh no, oh sweetheart, blah 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 blah, right? So I couldn't even get up. There was absolutely no way I could even get off the ground, and it was right down the very bottom there, the very bottom of that garden. So Roy said, I'll lift you, I'll carry you up, and I went, you can't, I'll be too heavy for you to carry me all the way up the road. But he insisted in carrying me, so he managed to hoof me up. I was screaming in agony, you would think I was getting done in, honest to God. He lifted me up like Mr. Iron Man. And when he lifted me up to put me over his shoulder, he threw me right over his shoulder. So he lifted me up, went to lay me across his shoulder so he could hook me up the blinking hill, and instead of hooking me up the hill, he threw me right over his shoulder, and I ended up on my back with a dodgy leg, screaming in absolute agony. Now, we laughed a wee bit later on, but that's another garden disaster, as in a disaster that happened in the garden. Honest to God, we can laugh about it now, and we could laugh about it probably that night we laughed about it, because you couldn't have done that if you tried. So we'll pop back into the house, there's a rain on, and I shall show you what we have going on in there. Sorry, and just before I jump back in the house, excuse me, we have a fennel bulb that's coming to life. That was a plant we got off of Antonio and Janet last year, and I've never tried fennel, so I'm looking forward to that. That there is my 2 dishes of mushy peas. They look ready for going into the ground at the minute. Absolutely ready, but it's soaking. The ground's soaking, so they'll not be going out. But I'm trying to get them, so I'm trying to bring them out here for about half an hour for the past couple of days, and then stick them back in the plastic greenhouse. I'd absolutely no option but to put some slug pellets down. I hate using them, but they're not in the garden. They're actually inside the greenhouse, because there was a couple of big dirty slug marks yesterday, so I popped some in there last night and on the ground of the greenhouse floor, because they will just absolutely rip them to bits, and they're looking really healthy plants. So let's go. Now, the wee extra things that I bought last week that I shouldn't have really bought because there was no need, I didn't need them, but when it comes to dahlias, you know what I mean, I've got to have a dahlia. But look at this one, it's a deluxe collection, razor, I don't know, but look at the colour of that, guys. I've never seen anything like it. So we've got that in the ground at the minute, and that was one. And we actually get 2 of these. These are meant to be quite large ones, Oreo, and there's 2 in there, so I bought them as well. And in the budget section of, who did I go the other day? Oh, I can't remember. I've got a deep red, massive headed dahlia, but just in case nothing happens to it, because I left some of my dahlias in the ground this year, just to see. I loved it so much and left so much in, just to see if they would have survived the winter. So we'll not be long in finding out about that. So I bought another one, and this was cheap as chips. So we've got 2 of them, 2 bulbs of them, and they're really, really firm. And I think they worked out at €1.50 or whatever for 2 of them. So that was just in case my other ones don't pop the wee heads up, which I will be seriously disappointed if they don't. Right, I got a lovely wee gift from Scott Huey from Ireland, and a little list or a little note. Hi Clarice, the tubers are ochre and not okra. So there we go, guys. I don't know if you can see without them falling out. He actually grew them himself last year. He did say that he wanted to grow them, or he should have left them in the ground, because these, you keep them in the ground as long as humanly possible. Because the longer you leave them in the autumn, winter, the bigger actually they get. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. So thank you very much, sweetheart. You're a wee diamond. And taking the seeds himself. The smaller tin foil contains Sarpo Mira. Wait a minute. Potato seeds came from a Sarpo Mira mother. So look at this. I'm going to have a wee look at Terry's channel, because I'm sure it's Terry that was doing or growing a while back there, or doing a trial with potato seeds, actual potato seeds. Can you see them, guys? Look at the colour of my hands. That's the cold. So I'm looking forward to that. I did look it up on the internet as well, but I'm sure these don't get done until the autumn. Now, if I'm wrong, let me know, but I shall look up again on the internet shortly. The big tin foil contains Purple Cosmos Carrot. Purple Cosmos Carrot, what an absolutely bloody delight. Chuffed to bits, absolutely chuffed to bits. Now, I don't know if you can manage to see that, guys, but there you go. Plenty of lovely seeds in there. Homegrown seeds, Purple Cosmos Carrots. From Scott Huey. You're an absolute angel. Brilliant fella. If you don't or haven't already jumped over to his channel, I don't think he's made a few videos or put a video up for the past wee while, but he will get back round to it, and there's clips on his channel about his mum's, is it shared allotment, community allotment, something like that. And she grows an awful lot of stuff as well, and I just love his channel, and the guy's got a heart of gold. So it says, all have been home saved from 2017. I just hope they germinate. All the best. Scott, Mia and Jules, which is his 2 beautiful dogs. So thank you very much, and I hope I do you proud and they manage to grow on. So we'll get that sorted out. Right, guys, I did say that I was going to show you the seeds that I'm sowing and the seeds that are still to sow. But I think this wee video, when I put them all together, will be long enough. So my next video after this one will be showing you what seeds I've sown, what seeds I have sown, and probably there'll be an awful lot more seeds being put in pots. God knows where they're going to go. But happy Easter. Happy Easter to everybody. Don't get yourself fat with all the chocolate that you will be eating over this Easter weekend. But guys, I think this garden community, see, we should all just pray together and pray for some blinking sunshine. So what do you think? Right, so there we go. I'll finish this off, guys. Sorry that I'm not showing you the seeds or whatever else, but I will try and get a video up of the seeds that I've done, and new ones that are still to go in. Okay, so until the next time, guys, au revoir, toodle pip, and from a very cold Dordogne, au revoir.